Welcome back. It's been a while. Melissa here. Just took care of the chickens and I'm going to head out the trail and I'm going to bring you along. Heading out this trail, I think if you watch Outdoors with the Morgans, which where I originally came from is Outdoors with the Morgans, and now here at Morgans Off the Leash I do some videos, a few recipes, cooking, baking, not so much. The dogs, my kids, grandkids, those sorts of fun behind the scenes, like that's why it's Morgans Off the Leash, or even Morgans Unleashed is reserved for the YouTube channel. But you might have seen on Outdoors with the Morgans, Mike did some renovations to the trails. A beautiful sunny day, and we're nearing the end of March. This weekend is Good Friday. In the Christian faith, that is the day that Christ was crucified. And then 3 days later is Easter, and that's the Sunday that Christ was resurrected. So that's this weekend. I'm actually going to sneak down through some of this rubble of dirt and roots and go the old way, the old trail, which I think he'll end up barricading. I'm not sure. Maybe I could talk him into making a little path down through our original trail. Coming to this corner, we used to call this Stanley's corner. Our older golden retriever Stanley, he passed away. It's been 4 years now, and he, on our other walks out this trail, he would always sit at this corner and ponder. And so we had this picnic table with wheels given to us, and I'm like, you know what, you pick up the one end and you can move it. And it was in much better shape, but I wheeled it out here with a bench, and I would sit and let Stanley ponder along with the other dogs would just lay and let him ponder as well. Well, when Stanley passed away, he was buried here, and Rue, the next in line to Stanley, when he passed away, he was buried here as well. So the two dogs are buried at Stanley's corner, which kind of always means a lot to come out this way on a walk. I'm going to turn things around here and just show you the sun coming up. Things are starting to fill in from the ground up, like you'll see some green brush. We call it the invasives. They never disappoint. They're always popping up. But there's buds on the trees, just no leaves yet. If you kind of look down in this valley, you'll see what I mean. Things are starting to green up and just start to thicken up a little. Pretty soon in full-fledged summer, we won't see nearly as far. Okay, we're out at the clearing, and I'm going to set this camera down on this flat little, it's not a stump, just a round that got cut off, but it's flat. And I'm going to set it here and squat down. There we go. Just do some stretching. So walking is a good way to get your muscles moving, your joints moving, blood flowing. Motion is lotion. That's good. But we're just going to get into a deep squat if you can. If you want to do this with me, you don't have to. The importance of that is I like to keep my elbows inside my legs and at my knees, kind of push out as far as you can, but try to keep your spine straight. So let me go to the side here and show you. So you're getting down in the deep squat. You want to have your feet flat on the floor. Where you're at, like I said, I want to keep my elbows in close to my core, right alongside my legs, but bring them up. I like to try to push out on my knees, try to widen that out, stretch as much as you can, get your hips opening up. They get tight and it pulls on your back. Your hamstrings get tight and that pulls. So too much sitting or just not enough stretching kind of gets you in this problem of hurting, but yet needing to stretch. So if you can get into a deep squat or just as low as you can, and just kind of shimmy from from foot to foot, like this, and then stand up. And stack back down and stand up as much as you can. 5-10 times is good. Also, if you have your hands on your toes, extend one side left, look up, down, right side, look up. And then do that 5 to 10 times, each side. Okay, now standing up, you're going to want to just, if you're getting ready to cut some firewood, go for a walk, you're going to want to do some stretching. I try to tell Mike Morgan this all the time. In this case, we're out in the woods. Just put your hand out to a tree with the thumb up, and then keep it there, but take your body and extend out. You're going to feel that stretch in your bicep and down along your side. It's going to feel good. Try to stay there 30 to 60 seconds, and then you're going to switch hands. And when you do, you're going to just twist yourself right back to the tree. Other hand with the palm on the tree, or you can use a doorway if you're in the house. Thumb up, and then just turn, keeping your arm straight like that. Just turn your body this direction. Like I said, you're going to feel that in your arm, your bicep, and all the way down your side. So keep your body straight, and then just lean into that stretch. That's going to feel really good. That's going to open up all the muscles across your chest. Kind of keep your chin up a little bit. Not too much. You don't want to overextend yourself in any awkward position. After 30 to 60 seconds, you can just walk yourself back in. Let go of the tree. I actually see deer out there. Not sure if you can see the deer walking. Okay. I don't think you're going to be able to see it because actually it went behind some trees, so it was moving slow. Must not be interested in the stretching that I have going on. All right, now we're gonna walk again, head out the old trail. All right, coming out this trail by myself is always a little different because I usually have 3 dogs running by me, and then they're chasing one another, and then I'm yelling at them, and it's kind of nice to have just a camera, the sunshine on your face, or at this direction of the path. It's on my back, but we can always turn around and look at it. But see how things are greening up. The thick of the brush there is starting to, of course, come first. Here's some green here. Got the sun right there. But this is the trail that the dogs and I always walk. With the new renovation of the trail, we haven't been out because of mud. And I think most of you know, Mike Morgan hates mud. So when you have dogs that love mud and take it a little too far, we have to kind of alter our schedule and walk a different trail. All right, we turned around and we're heading back. Like I said, this weekend is Easter weekend, so it's a really big weekend in the Christian faith. Actually, this whole week. 7 days, a lot can change in 7 days. A lot happens in this week. So today is preparing for the Easter weekend. But we also have a lot in store for getting back to some firearm reviews. I'm pretty excited, so hopefully you'll like it as well. Coming up, you want to guess? Let me give you a hint. It rhymes with bolt. All right, I'm going to pause. Also, once you're warming up with walking, and I suggest you do some stretching before. I did do stretching in the house before I came out here to the open clearing and did some stretching with you, like down in a deep squat and then grabbing a doorway, or if you're out in the woods already, a tree, and just doing some stretches to open up your shoulders and your chest. That's going to be beneficial. When you're done walking, you're going to want to also do a couple stretches. If you have the time, it's going to help. What you're going to do is, that'll hold there, right? So grab your toe, bring your foot up behind you, and stretch your quads. Maybe you can't see that. Like this. So lean into it. Your pelvis is going to want to be even with your legs. Kind of push into that. Not too hard or anything, but just don't be lackadaisical and leaning back. It kind of makes you off balance. So I'm not even sure if you're able to get a good look at that. But standing, holding something to help balance you, you grab your foot like so, your toe, bring it up behind you, and I just tuck it up right behind my buttocks, and then down. Your leg is going to be folded like that, so your knee in line with your hip in line with your other hip, and like I said, your pelvis is going to want to just kind of push forward a little bit to put some stretch into the front. If you can't get in this position, then just start where you can. So like if you're here, then maybe do it every day, and the next week or so maybe you'll be able to stretch it up higher. Give it a try. But those are good to do when you're finished walking and working out. Like I said, cutting wood, stacking firewood, those sorts of things. You're want to be warmed up. Motion is lotion. We're going to head back, but while we head back, I'm going to fill you in. So it's been a while. I'm not going to take Mike's new trail. I don't need muddy footprints. Okay. Yeah, my last video, I did a short, so you have to check that one out. But that one doesn't count. My last real video was in December, right at Christmas time. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. But we celebrated the new year in January. I had a birthday, and Piper had a birthday. Piper's 9. And then in February, Mike and I had an anniversary. All right, well, walking this morning on the trail, I gave you a hint of what I'm up to. I'm in the building. A few weeks ago, here's the backstory. A few weeks ago, I sent Mike Morgan out to get chicken food and a few other things, and guess what he came back with? I told you it rhymes with bolt. You might have guessed. Colt Python. Can't say I'm unhappy about it. Pretty excited. 6-inch barrel, and we're gonna go see how it shoots. So if you watched Mike's video this morning, he gave you a hint that has to do with The Walking Dead. Now, many of you might watch that. I'm sorry, I do not. But apparently, a guy in The Walking Dead carries a Colt Python. All right, with the Colt Python revolver, they made them and then they quit making them. They brought it back, I think, in 2017, and there's a whole snake series, and I'm pretty sure you're aware that I do not like snakes of any kind. But there is the Cobra, Anaconda, the Python, and a few others. I'm not sure which ones. But the Colt Python revolver 357 with a 6-inch barrel, I think is the Rolls Royce of revolvers. We will see. A lot of our handguns are made out of polymers, plastics, other materials, and the Colt revolver is made out of wood and steel. Just a classic, old school revolver. The sun is shining, it's a little cool, but I have my vest right here. I'm gonna put that on. We're gonna go out and shoot this. We're gonna shoot 158 grain, full metal jacket, and I'm pretty excited. I think this will be fun. Okay, we're at the shooting bench. Have a couple windshield wash fluid jugs with the safety cap, thank goodness, because we wouldn't want them to spill. But we're gonna be shooting those, and they're filled with water. But let's load this up. Okay, we're gonna see if I can hit anything. Got it. It's like a large frame revolver, which is nice. The recoil isn't bad at all. Feels good. Like I said, it's a little cool, but the sun is shining. Just makes you feel good to be out shooting. All right. I'm bringing you the jugs to examine. This one is blown out right along the seam, you can see. And probably should take one more shot because there's some water in the last 1 inch of this jug. This jug, what's this tell you? Shooting the cap, you know, you gotta open it somehow. And the child-proof lock on these things, boom. But got another shot in there down at the bottom. I knew I was shooting high, so I went a little low, too low. Well, what are you shooting at? I think the remodeling process of our shooting range / trail looks nice. I'm excited for spring to see how things grow in and what kinds of things we do to finish it. But we got our mound of dirt there for a nice backdrop. But I have some ideas. I'm going to talk to Mike Morgan and see if we can't make some arrangements to make the range look a little pretty yet more accessible. I think it's great to walk the dogs out here. This first part, it does get muddy and we do get a lot of rain. So they've been off limits and that's understandable. But as the wind and spring comes, things are drying up. So I have some ideas I want to talk to Mike about and see what we can do. So if you remember, this is where our daughter Hannah and Tyler got married, right out the trail where the wedding happened. And I'll put a picture in this video. It was a beautiful wedding. It was not a shotgun wedding, as you would say, you know, but things went off really nice. We had a small gathering for the wedding right here, and then everything towards the building, dancing, cutting the rug, food, all that happened over towards the building. It was a beautiful outdoor wedding and reception. I think Hannah and Tyler are happy with it. And like I said, we'll be sure to put a picture in. All right, I shot this before Mike did. We've got the Colt Python 6-inch barrel revolver. I like it a lot. For the size and the feel in your hand, it doesn't have much recoil and it's fun to shoot. So do you have one? Do you like it? What stories do you have? I love in the gun videos, a lot of you will comment about, like the Henry video, for example. A lot of you commented about where you got your first Henry or that you gave a Henry to one of your children. It stays in the family, exactly what you did with it. You know, those sorts of stories. I loved reading those in the comments. So do you have a Colt Python? Do you like it? Where did you get it? Or are you going to get one? All right. But anyway, thanks so much for being here, for watching and commenting. Let me know if you have any suggestions on any new guns I should check out, or who knows, maybe it's something we have in our collection. All right, see you on the next one.